Hello and welcome to day number 8, the start of week number 2 of the Great CICO Experiment, or the Get Ripped on the Standard American Diet Challenge. Today is Thursday for me, which is a little bit different than most of the videos because it means that it's shopping day for me, where we get to stock up on some new food. So each week we'll pick out about 2 different options for breakfast, 2 for lunch, 2 for dinner, a different dessert and a different snack each time. So if you get tired of watching me eat the same bowl of cereal or the same ice cream sandwich from week 1, good news for you because that is all about to change. So a little less nervous this time since I kind of broke the ice with the unhealthy food shopping. So the nerves have been replaced with excitement with the variety of options I have to choose from. So since this is early on in the challenge, I have put together a list. A lot of these options that I'm going for are inspired by meals that I normally had around the house as a child. Definitely typical standard American diet foods, but I would love to hear from you guys what you guys would like to see me eat, what you guys typically have around the household. It's still early on in the challenge, so I haven't had a chance to collect those comments yet, but hopefully by week 4 or 5, my shopping list will be mostly composed of your guys' ideas. So please leave them down in the comments section below, and I will make future shopping lists based on that. But in the meantime, let's get to the store. I will say it is weird going to the store without an official plan, though. I mean, I have a basic shopping list written up, but I still haven't decided what I want for dessert. I still haven't decided what I might want for a snack. Like a few different things that are still up in the air as options. And for the past 10 years, I always had my list and it almost always looked the same. I would get steak, I would get rice, I would get chicken, I would get vegetables, I would get fruit. So this is a change up, but it's exciting. And we're still going to get ripped. What? The other thing I'm curious about is I noticed after week 1, I had an entire week's worth of food, minus the protein powder that I use to supplement and get enough protein in for the day, was like $65 or something like that for me eating for the whole week. So I know you can also eat healthy on a budget for sure, but I'm curious to see like this. That was cheaper than most of my trips for a whole week just for me, and the food lasted a whole week. Usually I have to shop every 4 days or so. So I'm curious to see how week 2 shopping trip goes. Let's do this. We kicked the shopping trip off with some tomatoes. Picked a great one on my first try. I was very pleased with that. This is for burgers, so not that healthy. And speaking of burgers, had to get some burger buns. Just good old white Walmart burger buns. Got some ground beef to make the burger patties with. I use about half of the tube. The other half will go to my wife for beef and rice. Got some fruit since I have yogurt and I like to mix in some fruit with that. And oh boy, here we go with yellow number 70 or whatever the heck. Good old Kraft American mac and cheese. So it's been forever since I've had this, probably at least 10 or 12 years. But having some mixed thoughts on bringing back that nostalgia. Evil smile or fear. Not sure which yet. We'll see when I taste it. Then we moved on to the syrup aisle because I planned on getting some waffles. Normally, I would go for the actual maple syrup that comes from a tree. I love the flavor of that. We don't need a big container though. And actually, we're not even going to get the real maple syrup. We're going to get the type of syrup that you will find in many American households, and we went with good old Mrs. Buttersworth. So normally I wouldn't touch this stuff simply because it's basically made with high fructose corn syrup instead of actual syrup. But you know what? We're going to get ripped eating high fructose corn syrup, so here we go. Then we moved on to the cereal aisle for another breakfast option. So many choices. I was torn between Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Apple Jacks, and Cocoa Pebbles for this round. Definitely not touching the healthy section of the cereal aisle. We decided to go with Cocoa Pebbles, though. I was feeling that. Very, very popular cereal. Been a while since I've had these, so they sounded really good. Let me know what cereal I should get next, though. I was pleased with my choice. After that, we got just one package of lunch meat. We still had a few slices of bread left from week number 1, so wanted to use that for a sandwich. And then for dessert, we mixed it up. Since we didn't get the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, I went ahead and got some Pillsbury Cinnamon Toast Crunch cookies. After that, we decided to get some chicken in the diet. Dino nuggets were the first thing that jumped out at me, but no, I'm not a baby. I'm a grown up. So we got some chicken tenders instead. Some chicken fingers. Sounds delicious. And I'm excited for those. Pop those in the air fryer. Delish. And of course, we need something to dip those in, so we got some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, some more high fructose corn syrup for the gains. And then, since we already got our syrup, we had to get some waffles as a breakfast option. Good old Eggo buttermilk waffles, staple in a lot of people's freezers. Mission accomplished. And for those of you wondering from the first video when I mentioned I didn't tell my wife about the experiment before I went shopping and bought it, how she reacted to the food. She was like, "What is this food? Keep it hidden from me. Can I have an ice cream sandwich, please?" So I was like, "Sure." And I shared my ice cream sandwiches with her, and it worked out great. So she's still on her normal meal plan. I'm the one doing this experiment, torturing myself. But if she wants to sneak a snack or a taste of some of the food, then I am nothing if not a benevolent, sharing, caring man who will happily share my ice cream sandwich. So I subtracted from the total things that I'm not going to be consuming, such as laundry soap and toilet paper, and then the ground turkey for my wife. The total came out to $45. So $45 for the whole week. All right, so grocery trip complete. Here are some of the highlights recaps that we got. We got ourselves some chicken tenders instead of the chicken dino nuggets because I'm a grown-up, mostly. And we got some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce to go with it. Normally, if I get barbecue sauce, I get the low sugar or no sugar high fructose corn syrup or whatever. This time, we're having all the fructose corn syrup. We got some burgers. So we're going to make some burgers to go with the buns there. That's also why I got the tomato. For those of you who are worried that I'm getting my vegetables, like, don't worry. It's to slice and put on the burger. Tomatoes and spinach on the burger. That's how I eat my vegetables now, with a big, thick, fatty portion of American goodness. We're also going to have some waffles as a choice for breakfast. Good old Eggo waffles, probably in a lot of people's freezers. Definitely was in my freezer a lot as a kid. And to go with it, again, normally I would go with the natural actual maple syrup, which is actually the taste I prefer. But this time we went with good old Miss Buttersworth, because why not? I feel like that's more common. The other option for breakfast, we got some Cocoa Pebbles, definitely a staple in a lot of homes. Because I was kind of torn between Cocoa Pebbles and Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, I had to get Cinnamon Toast Crunch something. So for dessert, we're going to have Cinnamon Toast Crunch cookies. I just need to bake those up. Lunch option, we've got the burgers, we've got Kraft mac and cheese, a common staple in a lot of American households. We got one more pack of deli meat just because I have some bread left over from week 1 if I decide to make sandwiches and have that as an option. And then we got some fruit cups as well. Have some yogurt in the fridge, and I like to mix yogurt with fruit cups. So anyway, that is pretty much the recap of the spread. I can't wait to start diving into this stuff. Now that we've got the food, it's time for meal number 1. We went with 2 waffles with a little bit of butter and syrup, 2 eggs, and 2 slices of bacon that we still had left over from week number 1. The syrup shocked me. A full serving, according to the container, was barely enough for 2 waffles, which means I was eating about 5 servings as a kid. But were they ever delicious? Our pre-workout meal, we had a delicious bowl of cocoa pebbles, some quick carbohydrates to fuel the workout, and then it was calisthenics day. We started off with explosive pull-ups on set number 5 of the circuit. We went for 2 muscle-ups back to back, which felt actually very clean and very smooth. So we went from first time not being able to do a muscle-up, second time we were able to get 1, now we're able to get 2. So progressing quickly on that. We practiced our L sits, really have a weakness in my hip flexors, so I need to work on those. And then we worked on our pistol squats as well. So much better than the first workout you saw. Was able to go down for 2 repetitions completely without touching the ground at all. On the 3rd repetition, even though it happens out of the screen, I will admit that I tapped a little bit with my hand. Several of the sets, though, we did 5 sets of the pistols altogether, and several of the sets I didn't touch the ground at all. So was very pleased with the progression in that, much less Bambi wobbly. We attempted on the 10th and final circuit set to do 2 muscle-ups in a row again. The first one was pretty easy, but at this point, the bar was kind of sweaty and slippery. I really needed chalk. Probably could have flailed and used bad form to get that last rep up, but trying not to do cheater reps, trying to focus on only good form reps. And then the 5 sets after that were sissy squats, working on bulletproofing the knees. So we did 10 sets altogether of the explosive pull-ups into muscle-ups, 5 sets of L-sits and pistol squats, and then 5 sets of these straight leg raises and the sissy squats. And that is going to wrap it up for today's workout. Obviously calisthenics based, same workout we did last time. We are almost to the point where it's time to switch up the exercises. I think I will need to switch up the exercises on the straight leg raises, practicing for the L-sit, just because I've proven to myself that my hip flexors are weak. I need to focus on hip flexors and hamstring flexibility to be able to master that. But I was very happy that we got the 2 muscle-ups in a row, almost did it for set number 10, as well as set number 5, just missed out. Part of it is because I need to get some chalk or something to help my grip. My hands were slipping all over the place. But very pleased with the progress I've made, and not even 2 weeks. So excited to see where we can take this, as well as continue to progress in the bodybuilding aspect with those workouts and fix this mobility, because boy, that is a weakness of mine. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the workout. Let me know if you have any questions on it. And our post-workout meal was 2 chicken fingers with an apple and a protein shake and some barbecue sauce. Just like the syrup this morning, I was shocked with how small a serving of barbecue sauce actually is. And the final meal of the day was pasta with chicken and green beans. And that is going to wrap it up for day number 8. Altogether, we had 1,850 calories and 130 grams of protein. So met both of our goals, under 2,000 calories, 125 plus grams of protein for the day. Today is the last night on call of the week for the medical examiner's office, and tomorrow is the last day of the week that I work on my part-time job during the day. So the weekend day and a half is ahead. So super excited about that, and can't wait to see what fun meals we can whip up with the food that we brought. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for day 9.